Well, folks, thank you for clicking on the video, and this is about in the Hummer build where things are about to get tricky. Well, you do have an engine light. Oh, so we're definitely having some issues. We put a Duramax in here, and it was pretty exciting. We went up Wheeler's Pass, and Josh and I in the Suburban in Tahoe had done this route a number of times. So he followed me and we went up over this route, and I was experiencing the Duramax for the first time. At the top of the mountain, we shot a walk around of Josh's Suburban. For those of you out there that have GMT 800s, you may be interested in that. But what I didn't know is what was about to happen after we left that location and started to go down the backside of the mountain. And that's when things went bad.
Honestly, like I'm not in a good spot. Nothing's working.
This has got a lot more interesting. The truck's... something's definitely wrong with it. Did you figure your stuff out? Drove the drive shaft into the motor, blew the motor up. There's oil everywhere. My Duramax might be destroyed. So, stick around. You're watching KnightDriveTV.
Keep going, keep going. Okay, Damien, can you start fighting the wheel hard passenger?
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment, to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, I climbed from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, KnightDriveTV. Failure is not an option. Us car guys keep banging the gears of life.
Well, folks, here we are. It is the next Hummer video. The guy claimed he was out here. There it is. Ooh.
Oh, it's here.
It's here. Yep, it's back. This guy, he's been cruising. He's been driving the highways and byways, smoking squares. Look at that. Couple cigarettes, couple glasses of whiskey. Yeah. He's headed here. So
look at the cap. Look
at
this.
Look at that.
Seeing stuff.
You can't forget now.
Oh, it's in there now.
Yeah. We also got this right here. Figure I'm gonna fix this up. No, I didn't get this, but that's pretty cool that that's how it rolled here. Wonder what frame's under there. What's in here? Who made this? Some kind of substructure under here. I don't know. Fiero, I would guess. So, what has changed? What can we see? So we got some new upper control arms. We got new Fox remote reservoir stuff. We got piping. We got new stuff up here. Oh yeah.
Got some piping.
Got piping.
It's on the pipe.
Oh, it's
making.
She's making boost now.
It's a smoker.
She's making boost. Yep. Look at this. Look at that meat.
Oh man.
Meat.
You see the exhaust? Look right here under. Look at that big ass, like 4 inch? 3
Yeah, 4 inch open. No cats. No restrictions. So that's right. Got us a Duramax. So we're about to hear her fire up for the first time. Pretty excited. Quite a project. Quite an amount to invest in the Hummer, but it's going to make it a keeper. What's your thoughts on this Duramax endeavor? He's been conflicted. Cut. Bruh. Dude, look at these scrawny ass little arms, dude.
It's us guy. Oh, it's cold starter. Oh, dude, she ain't gonna pass smog.
She sounds different.
She ain't gonna pass smog.
Luckily, there ain't no smog in Montana. Yeah, just breathe. Sounds good. Oh, I'm happy to have her back. Mister. That's right. That's right. There it is. Oh man.
Should have made him like that.
They should have came this way. They'd be big money.
They messed up.
Oh, that's just proper. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, looky. Mike hooked me up with an extra cable. I only had one. See that? He hooked me up with extra cable.
Yeah.
This has been quite a thing to get through. I mean, it's expensive, but I'm on my way to creating something that's a real keeper. So, oh man, I look forward to what's coming next. So you guys know I'm starting to really prototype everything. We're going to 3D scan the roof, we'll 3D scan the front, and you're going to see some really unique stuff starting. But I haven't driven this yet, so yeah, 6 liter, ran pretty good. The tranny was a little before, but we got to see how it actually rides and drives. This is going to be interesting. Lots of new stuff on here that I'll tell you about as we go through the video, but let's get to it. All right, so first time inside. We do have an engine light, so Mike told me if I had any issues, obviously, to pull the code. So we'll have to pull the code, see what it is. Hopefully something simple. All new cluster though, obviously. So got to kind of get used to what gauges or what, I guess, because obviously you see the tach only goes to what the diesel goes to, and then this has changed. My locker button used to be right here. I don't know, but we'll be figuring things out with that. So we're going to be doing a lot with this next. So yeah, everything else looks the same. Oh, going in reverse. It feels different already. Oh, the shifter feels a lot better. He replaced the shift cable because it failed. I guess it was frayed. And so I know that's different at least. So we got an Allison tranny in this baby.
Feels smoother already.
Oh, we got a little 18-wheeler.
I like it. I like it.
Look at Josh's face. Yeah. Got me a 18-wheeler. She's quicker.
Now you need a car hauler.
Yeah. You can haul some stuff with this thing.
Let's go pull that bush out.
Wow, it's a very different experience. I mean, obviously this is untuned. This is totally bone stock, other than the fact that it has kind of an open exhaust. So there's definitely more to come as far as what I can do safely without putting it at any risk. I talked to Mike about it, so it was unfortunate I couldn't get out there and pick it up to talk to Mike, but maybe we'll figure out a Zoom thing. But I'm gonna take it for a ride, and I'll give you guys my full thoughts later. So we're definitely having some issues. Probably only put about 20 miles on it, and Josh, I was hearing some noise back there, and I'm like, as you guys know, I did the diff, the regear with 4-wheel parts, and they replaced the rear assembly because the lash on the ring and pinion was not correct, and so they did it again. And so I'm still having that in my mind with diesel torque, obviously, but and I was telling him, I said, man, I'm gonna have to take it back to 4-wheel parts, because I mean, as I pull off, it sounds like something's really going wrong. But to just be sure, I told him, he said, I was like, get out, I'm gonna pull forward, and his reaction was not very good. So,
you can see the whole.
Yeah, so the whole axle is rotating. So when I dropped the truck off with Mike to do this, I wanted to set the pinion angle more ideal, because I was trying to get rid of vibration before. So I have the it's APOC, APOC Industries, I think, adjustable control arms, and so it's like a 4-link system basically. So that if the whole rear end is moving, then something's wrong back there. So I am actively editing this video, and this is the Hummer today as I have finished this video. And what you're about to see ahead, I want to be clear about a few things. So first of all, Mike and Mash Motors, who did this swap, we have had a lot of discussion about not only what you just saw, but what's about to happen ahead. I definitely don't attribute any of these issues to Mike or Mike's work. The rear end, I did go through it later that night. There were a few fasteners that had come loose, but these are parts that I brought Mike. He had never particularly used those arms before. I did tighten and torque a lot of things and it felt better, but something was still happening under heavy loads. But overall, you know, there's strong bars back there. It wasn't going to go anywhere. And I obviously was driving it a little bit lighter, but figured I'd investigate it as time went on. What ended up happening was the next day, I had met a person online that had some Corvette parts that I wanted to get, which was on the backside of Wheeler's Pass. And so we're in Las Vegas. Wheeler's Pass is basically in Pahrump. So I wanted to take this. I went and picked up those Corvette parts. Didn't video any of it. Our plan was just to have. Yeah, people have to honk while you're videoing. So the plan was to just relax and not video any of it. We did end up shooting a walk around of Josh's Suburban, and that video is already posted on the channel. You can see we did a walk around. You can see I was driving this. What I did not know was what was to come. And so I did capture some of it on my cell phone, but let me just kind of explain to you a little bit better, because it was in the moment on the cell phone. It's not going to be great, but when we left that location where I was shooting the walk around of Josh's video, I had reversed and heard some type of noise. We went over Wheeler's Pass. It was a great ride, honestly. Off-roading this thing was, oh my God, it was like a complete game changer. It was ridiculous. I was just enjoying it like I can't even tell you. I mean, the reduction ratio with the 6-speed, the first gear being lower, I mean, the torque and the power, it was totally unbelievable. As night fell, though, we got a little bit off course, and I ended up down a pretty steep hill, which it was fine. This thing did it like it was nothing, but Josh didn't want to bring the Suburban down. I was deciding to turn around, and it was on a steep incline to turn around, so it was putting a lot of load on this front differential, because obviously I was backing up. Gave it some throttle, not a lot, obviously just trying to basically back up and be careful. And I heard a bang and some things kind of, you know, bouncing. I thought I broke the steering, to be honest with you. I thought like the tie rod ends, but I have the beastiest stuff on the front end of this thing, so I'm like, there's no way that happened. Got out, looked, didn't see anything, thought it was maybe, you know, whatever it is, not major enough. I got to get out of here. It was getting dark. Backed up again, and the differential pitched forward, ripped out the rear mount, and drove the front drive shaft into the oil cooler of the Duramax. I saw a light come on, and my oil pressure was at 0. I don't know how long the light was on, but I shut it off immediately, and that's what led to the rescue. So what you're about to see is my kind of reaction after all of that happened. So if you want to see what happens with the Hummer on an ongoing basis, please sub and comment. It was a very tough night for me in the sense that, you know, I'm very lucky. I run KnightDriveTV. I manufacture parts for Corvettes, and I have these XLRs because I'm testing products and things like that. I have Corvettes you guys have seen. You know, something like this happening, it wasn't devastating to me in that sense because I have a lot going on, and, you know, I understand it's the way the game goes, but inevitably, here's what happened. Well, it seems like every time we go off-road, we get it in the night. Things get tricky, so we are kind of lost. The sun went down, and there was a road that was washed out, and you have to do this workaround. It's happened in my Jeep video, and Josh and I are coming up this hill. He is stuck, so we're going to go back there and see what happens. Yes, but I mean, I said yes.
Can you come here? Like, I honestly, like, I'm not in a good spot.
So you think you're all right? So you want me to walk back there? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, just assess what I'm at.
So at this point, nothing had happened to my Hummer yet, and we were climbing up this hill. You can't tell how steep this is, but it was very rocky. There's a lot of ledges, and it was quite steep, probably 20 degrees. We were moving forward, though, following a trail on Onyx Off-Road, and he had been in 4 high and started
You're not
bogging,
going to go
and that's
anywhere.
what scared him.
Should I let the wind cable out?
No. I think
See, you're doing this whole up on my face thing.
I'm not up in your face. You're on the brake, right? Yeah, go into neutral. Oh, you're in 4 low? Okay.
I just got it in the 4 low.
Okay. Just real slow crawl. Keep your left foot on your right foot on the brake or left? Put your left foot on the brake. Put your left foot on the brake. Just to hold
Can
yourself.
the boy get out of the truck?
Dude, honestly, this is, I mean, he can, of course, but I mean, you're not in a, you perceive it to be worse than it is. It's
No, you just drove up it and not. Like,
no,
this
no,
was
I'm
not doing
no,
this
I'm
easy.
standing here.
This was, yeah, but it's not. We're
No,
on a pretty good grade.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, do you want him to get out or tell him to jump out? All right. So we're gonna come.
This truck is
We're gonna come watch, Uriel. We're gonna come watch. Well, you're in 4 low now, so I got the radio.
Yeah, I'd like to have my hand on the wheel, though. Which way?
Just pretty much head straight towards that bush, and then you got a little ledge here that'll stop you. Yeah, go straight. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, just keep going. Keep going. Just go. Let it work. Get off the brake and let it work. Yep. Yep, turn right. Go, go. Stay steady and keep your momentum. Go, go, go. More, more, more. More, 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 more. More, 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 more. See, boy, he put you more in danger of getting impaled with a rock in your face than staying in the truck.
Yeah, I don't. Me typically,
Josh.
I don't know why I came out of 4 high. I don't know why.
Josh, well,
I never did that.
you can,
Yeah, but you when you went in,
yeah, you should have stayed in 4 low. Because, I mean, you come up that like it was nothing.
Well, yeah, I was in 4 high.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I told you to just,
Completely bogged out, yeah.
that's why I was telling you to just
gotta
go.
Stop in the middle of it.
Well, you had to let the boy out. You put him, a rock almost hit him. You put him in more danger outside. What do you mean? What's your voltage at?
At this point, I had gone forward and gone down the hill where the Hummer would remain, but Josh started saying he was having voltage issues.
I got one headlight that's flickering, and none of my off-road lights are working.
All right, I can't turn around physically where I'm at. I have to go forward. It looks manageable, so I'm gonna go forward some, and I guess I'll see if I can turn around. That hill I come down just now was, I mean, I probably can go up it. It wasn't fun. While I like off-roading with Josh and things, when the stressor goes to here, there's no more talking about things, figuring things out, making rational decisions. He starts to make decisions, and paranoia gets a hold of him, and so it's that's the risk of off-road. I mean, this is something that people have to manage and get a hold of. In the dark changes everything. So I came down something pretty steep. I'm gonna go over here, left him up there, so at least he can track back if he has to, and then I would have to track forward. So this is the kind of stuff that happens. I mean, it's unfortunate. You don't want to do it at night, but that's where we end up, and it happens quite a bit. So I mean, it's very easy for something to go wrong off-road. Very easy. Well, this has got a lot more interesting. I'm out of breath because I'm at elevation. So I'm trying to turn around. I told Josh I was more comfortable going forward, but I'm trying to turn around to get back to him. And I don't know, I backed up and steering broke. So the truck's, something's definitely wrong with it.
Now, I know you guys watching don't usually see the real side of things. YouTube always shows everything in order, but this is really how things happen. You know, I'm checking the steering. I have the Kryptonite front end, so I knew I didn't break steering, but this hillside off to my right, it's an abyss into darkness. And so I'm trying to assess. The truck is still running, I just think, whatever it is, I can't see it
I
yet.
don't want to talk about like the story of it. Problem solved.
Because if you went down and got stuck.
But I'm not stuck. I was turning around to go back to you.
The off-camber nature of this trail, and it was very loose, was sliding the Hummer towards this hillside. And so I knew I was going to need lockers, but when I would go in reverse, the truck just wasn't moving backwards. So I knew something was going on. I was trying to figure out what it was.
So, you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So when I was backing up, what it seems like is the rearward torque on the transfer case basically ripped the transfer case out of whatever it was mounted to, and it's folded up into the underside, and it's jacked.
So this is about the point I look around and you just think about all the build and where you are, the fact that it's, 11 p.m., you're in the middle of literally nowhere, and you know that the whole game is up.
So there was a trail over here. None of this, I'll be honest with you, is incredibly difficult. It's not that extreme. It's extreme for, things that aren't, it's nowhere near what this should be able to do. And as you can see, all I was doing was backing up. This is not incredibly steep. It's not that steep at all. So I was backing up, and it just didn't seem like it wanted to go. And so I went forward and then backed up, and I started sliding off this edge over here, which goes downward a bit. And as I was backing up, I just heard a bang. And so the transfer case has slammed upward into oblivion. The front drive shaft has contacted and tore things up. So it seems like what attaches the transfer case to the cross member there, it's like a single mount of some sort. I did find a piece over here, so it's ripped to smithereens. So I'm hoping I can disengage four-wheel drive and go out of here, maybe on two-wheel. Maybe the transfer case, the front, has shifted enough that it's like shifted the axle into the sway bar. It's a little weird how it happened. So, and I can't really get under there with video. I don't have a light. So my hope is I can disengage four-wheel drive, engage the rear locker, and have two-wheel drive rear locker and aired down tires and drive forward out of here. But the diesel Hummer on its maiden voyage is I don't like reverse, I guess. So yeah, not good. Josh is not answering me on the radio because he's more concerned about his lights not turning on. So I have to walk up this extremely steep hill, extremely high elevations. So, did you figure your stuff out? Okay.
So I heard a lot of rumbling.
Drove the drive shaft into the motor, blew the motor up. From reversing 5 feet. Just blasted it upwards. Something broke. It's not even that bad. You'll see where I backed up. It was nothing. If you can't back up like that, it's not viable off-road. Zero oil pressure, dumped all its way. It's destroyed from backing up. Yeah. At minimum, I got to go get what's valuable in there just for tonight, and then.
But you think we could just drive down it?
No, not now. You can't get past me. I'm blocking the whole trail. So
you got to try to go back that way.
Yeah, we don't have no choice. Well, now I broke my phone and fell. So, yep. Here she goes. We coated the ground a bit. Yeah.
You all right?
Well, yeah, come over here. I don't know. Got a light here.
if I can even get a view. May have just punctured the oil filter pan. I can't even tell. It's just wrecked. It's that mount. That mount right there for the front differential just come out of there.
So that's why it was moving.
I don't know. I don't know. It's, oh yeah, because I mean the transfer case is back here. Pulled the drive shaft out. Yeah, okay. So the pan, is that the trans? I don't know, dude. It's it's all destroyed. I don't even know what to say. You can see, I mean, I was just backing up on this. There's no rocks. I mean, it's nothing. It's a little hill. So, yeah, it's not good. And the tricky part, you know, hey, look this way. If there's a tricky part, you know, it's, you get in this situation when people do work. I don't, you know, I'm not a fault assigner, so I'm not saying it has anything to do with the swap. It's just, I think it's a lot of torque and there may be some weaknesses. I mean, and you know, I don't know, man. It just, I don't know if these things are not viable in reverse. I don't know. That torque, it just, I don't know.
No, man. You can back up.
I mean, you would, in four-wheel drive, you know, you have to be able to back up. I mean, okay. Well, we're hiking up this hill to get to Josh's truck. Got what I can get out of the truck, and I gotta leave it. So, I don't know. Get to call Snore. See about getting it out of here. Get it rolling. So there's a good video coming ahead here. Oh man, I know this is a bad video, but we're making our way out to Josh's Suburban, and he just ripped something off the side. Oh God. I'm telling you. The backside of Wheeler's Pass has put me through it. I mean, before. And this is, well, this is going to be the worst. I mean, I stick to Corvettes, guys. That's why I make parts. I work on Corvettes. And, yeah. What'd you rip off? Just the axe? Well,
Nothing like the whole drivetrain.
alright. Let's just, can we get out of here and go home? I want to go to bed. I'm ready for bed, bro. I want to go to sleep. Lace was here.
Vague.
Yeah, Lace was here. She's usually our backup as we're stuck up on the mountain. So at least we made it, and I'm
Yes.
home. I did fall down the hill, broke my phone, but that was only after the Hummer completely destroyed itself.
What do you mean it destroyed
I backed
itself?
up, and the differential moved forward, rammed the drive shaft up into the motor and the transmission. It lost oil pressure. It destroyed itself literally completely.
Oh my God.
No, it's destroyed. I mean, they're going to have to, I'm going to have to pull some components out to hopefully make it roll. Hopefully put it in rear wheel drive mode once I get some stuff out of the way, and then get out the forward way maybe. But, well, I can't drive it. I can't start it though.
Yeah.
So it has to be dragged out and manual brakes, and that's going to be,
Unless it's the filter. Like, really, if it hit the filter and knocked it off.
I don't know. Well, I've made it back, and well, things are going to be continued. It's quite a ride to get out from where it is still. At least, you know, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes of an off-roading if you were at a normal pace to get to what is like an access road, which then is another, I don't know, hour and a half back to my house, hour and 10 minutes, something like that. I mean, it's going to be tricky. We'll get to probably call back in Snore, which you guys have seen when we've been in mountain situations like this. When my Pathfinder got destroyed back in the day because we got down this mountain, couldn't turn around, and
and Josh has been stuck, and it's like all this stuff has driven really me to create this Hummer. I mean, it was all those experiences of trying to always get yourself out of a situation. And so my goal was just build this thing bulletproof. I put all the Kryptonite stuff on the front end, these APOC Industries like rear arms and front locker and rear locker is in there, and then regear, and I'm trying to do everything right, Lace? The only thing I wanted it for was not to do any extreme trails. It was to just get myself out of a bad situation that required traction. That was it. And like literally what just happened was that exact situation, but it really wasn't even an extreme deal. It was nothing, I mean, and it was progressing, there was loose dirt and things, and I was like, okay, I wasn't even using lockers yet. I mean, hadn't even approached that all day. So, and really wasn't going to approach it here. I thought, just back up and that's it. It was a great day, Lace. Like me driving this, oh my God, it was so good until it was just done. I hate to call people about this kind of stuff. I mean, it's legitimately, I have this feeling of just wanting to kind of walk away from it. Hurt here, my back side, and I don't know, I took it overall pretty well, considering as I was going down, I mean, there were so many rocks, I was like, oh, I'm screwed, like I'm going to be calling a life flight out of here. But yeah, my arm's definitely hurt, but hopefully it's okay. Well guys, I am going to stop the video here. As you have seen, the Hummer is back at my house. It's been sitting for a couple days. I am exploring how to move forward. Mike from MASH, I did call him, and he seems to feel like the front diff failed, and that's what imparted the torque on the outer case, because it had to turn because the drive shaft was still turning. And then that put some force on that rear mount and allowed it all to drive upward. Now the catch is 4-wheel parts in Las Vegas did the front regear and the ARB front locker. Mike at MASH Motors was asking me, there should be a large steel washer that should retain that and not allow it to go upward. It does not appear that washer was there, just a rubber bushing. So that's something I have to investigate to see, it's on a horizontal, it's obviously not load bearing. If everything turns free, that shouldn't be moving, because obviously you have counter rotation inside, so it kind of balances. So we don't know. Obviously, as you'll see in the next video, I go up the mountain, I pull off some parts, we did roll it out. It does not seem like the front diff has failed, but I don't know. So what I do know is that when it drove upwards, it contacted the oil cooler, and it's basically it's an exchanger, and so it has some fins inside. It circulates coolant. The drive shaft ground away some aluminum through an oil passageway and blew the oil everywhere, but it did go to 0 oil pressure. When I shut the engine off, it sounded normal. So my hope is that the engine is not destroyed. I did order from Banks Engineering. They have an upgraded oil cooler for that adds about 31% of cooling capacity. It adds fins, but it's in the driveway and I can't get to it. I mean, it's with what I have going on, and you guys know I have the C5 Maxed in, about to release. We've got the bezels on these, the RGBs. I have XLR stuff. I do have a lift here that you can see the C5 is occupying. I just don't have time to do this. The reason that I paid to get this done and get all this stuff done was because the off-roading is kind of my recreation, and this is my work. And I work on this. I'll do everything on the Corvettes. I won't outsource stuff like that. But when it comes to the Hummer, I just thought, I'm going to use experienced people who can get it done. And this is the pathway. So moving forward, I've talked to Mike. I don't think, I think he feels, of course, that, he didn't do anything wrong, and I don't necessarily disagree. He didn't really touch that diff or take it out, so he really has no obligation to do anything from here. I paid, and our deal was done. So at this point, I'm going to shop around in Vegas, I think, and Adams Drive Shaft was the company that I'd used before that rebalanced my drive shafts and things like that. Mike at Mash Motors said, that the drive shaft that they put in was imbalanced. So that's all that Adams Drive Shaft does. This is the problem. I don't understand where shops are today. I ran shops for years. I was meticulous about things. I think Mike is very similar to me in the sense that he knows what he's doing and he does most of the work himself. You go to these shops, you get an employee. Even though the owner might be a heck of a guy, the employees are not. So I don't know. What I do know is the Hummer is going to sit there, and I'm going to focus and continue to focus on car things. And I don't know what the next step in the story is going to be, other than the fact that the next video for the Hummer is going to be extracting it out of the mountains. Most of you guys never watch all these videos. I'm probably talking to dead air. That's the joy of YouTube. But I'm going to get back to Corvette stuff, and the next Hummer video you see will be the rescue. I hope you give it a look. We'll see what happens. That being said, we have a lot more Corvette stuff coming, and I don't know. I really want to get this going. So, wide body, carbon brakes, engine build, lots coming. I'm out. See you later. Thanks for watching.